Hi everybody, thank you for watching. Take a second. I know you saw the title already, but today I have Mario here. Say hello to my YouTube
Hi guys.
friends.
What do you call them? Friends?
Hi
Guys?
guys,
Everyone?
friends,
Hey,
everyone,
everyone.
YouTube world.
Hey Carly fans.
Oh my god, this is literally the best day of my entire life. He just did my makeup and he came on here to teach all his tricks with his amazing new line. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, and I hope that you guys love it.
So if you guys want to learn, then please keep watching.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, so let's go. So I will start with the brows, so I'm just gonna go right in. Which, by the way, I have to say, I love your brows like with nothing in them.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is like probably the most excited I've ever been filming in 10 years.
When was the last time you had your makeup done?
You know, Harush, probably. I did 2 classes with her. So that's probably it. Really, I don't ever get my makeup done, which I know I already told you that. And you're
Understandably, though.
yeah, I mean, it's always risky, but I mean, there's certain people that I would, of course, let do my makeup. But who else? Angel did my makeup once.
Which Angel?
Mac Daddy.
Mac Daddy.
Yeah, he
Okay.
did. This is like 2015 probably.
Oh, wow.
So him and then Harush, and that's really it. So
Oh boy.
now, I mean, you don't get better than this. So I'm gonna hit my peak, and then what?
It's kind of nerve-wracking actually to do your makeup.
Is it?
Because you know your face so well. Like,
I know.
What the hell is it that I could teach you?
Oh please.
So, anyway,
Please.
let's see.
I'm so excited.
We'll try it.
Yeah, I think you can do it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do a little bit of brow extending.
Are you using your new brow products?
Yes, this is the Master Blade Brow Pencil.
I did see that brow gel you've been promoting.
Master Hope Brow.
Yeah, that I'm excited to see.
Do you like that new trend with the, it's not new, but like the very feathered eyebrow look,
You know,
like spiked up?
I don't know. I tried doing it myself with like hairspray, and I feel like I have long brows, so I don't know. Certain people I think it looks good, but sometimes it's like the brow's this thick, and I'm like I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I like it. I typically like it like up in this part,
Right.
and then not on
Right.
this part.
Yeah, I agree. So what step do you think takes the longest for you? Is it the brows?
It depends, depends on like who I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
but not really the brows. The brows I kind of like build throughout the whole entire process.
Right.
Like I'll start with the shape, and
Mm-hmm.
then like later on I'll kind of fill in, perfect again, and then I would say complexion probably takes the longest. That's where I'm more of a perfectionist.
Okay.
Eyes, I feel like I could do pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I don't do too
much?
My eyes are not too intricate usually.
Right.
I like to spend more time on complexion.
It's funny because I don't remember what year this was, but probably close to 9-10 years that you do have a tutorial, but it was like 10 years ago tutorial with Kim, I think, in like a bathroom or,
Yeah,
Right?
That's the tutorial.
Right.
That really changed my life. Yeah.
was that 10 years ago? Or even longer?
No, more. I think.
I remember seeing that, and I think I probably watched it like 100 times to try and learn because you're self-taught, right? You're self-taught? Or?
Initially, but then I assisted like big makeup artists too
Okay.
when I was like coming up.
Right.
But that tutorial, which by the way, I
Still there.
didn't even know what YouTube was when we did that.
Yeah.
Didn't even know what a tutorial was.
Uh-huh.
She had just asked me one day. She's like, hey, because she had a blog. So
Okay.
it wasn't even meant for YouTube, it was for a blog.
Right.
It's like, let's film a thing for my followers and, tutorial. And I was like, well, what the hell's a tutorial? She's like, well, let's recreate the magazine cover we just did. And then we did it. I got like my friend to video it. And you look at it now, it's so funny because it's so fucking grainy.
Right. It's okay.
It's
The quality, right? The quality was before HD.
Yeah, and so I was just being like completely innocent. I almost didn't do it because I woke up that morning and I was sick, and I was like, I don't think I could do this today to my friend. And he's like, come on, you told her you're gonna do it. Like, you got the guy to video it and everything. Just do it. So like, I was like, fine. I got up, I did it. That video then it got edited, it got put on her blog, and then I don't know who put it on YouTube first. If I had started a YouTube, I think at that time to upload that,
Right.
Or if she
And this is
did.
before YouTube was even, like, no one knew what YouTube was.
There was no like famous like YouTubers.
Yeah,
no.
right. Like, the internet was just, like, kind of
Yeah.
becoming a thing.
And then we posted that video, and literally, like, people always ask me, what's like the one turning point in your career?
Yeah.
That's like one of the ones, because like after that was launched onto YouTube, literally days after, like I started having these messages popping up on Facebook, and like this is pre-Instagram,
Right.
pre-Twitter.
Right.
It was MySpace days. I would get these messages from strangers around the world, and I
So
didn't understand like what.
Yeah, what
why are
was
they
happening?
writing me? And
Yeah.
it was because the video on YouTube, and so like that kind of was the launch pad of my like
Yeah.
this sort of like
Like an aha moment too for you, like, okay, wow, now there's people that can view me all
Yeah.
around the world.
Because I guess before that, like people didn't really, like especially celebrities, like they didn't show their behind the scenes. Like,
Right.
they didn't show their makeup process.
Right.
She was kind of the first one to do that.
Totally. You did with the yellow highlighter, right? That was you?
The banana powder.
Yeah, and like, yeah. Because I
Yeah.
remember that picture went everywhere, and I think that's when I started being like, oh,
And then the
okay, that's what you're
concealer,
supposed to
the heavy
do.
concealer.
Yep.
Yeah. So funny story though, I did use banana powder on her, but everyone thought it was under the eyes, and
Okay.
I didn't use it under the eyes. I only used it on the face.
Yeah.
But the whole world literally bought the banana powder and was like,
I still have the one that I bought 10 years ago.
I still use it. I mean,
Yeah.
I still use it, but I don't use it under the eyes.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I remember banana powder like freaking it
Sold out everywhere.
like, globally, and it like tripled in price.
Oh my
and
God.
I wasn't even aware of it at the time because like I wasn't into like I'm not very like tech savvy, so I wasn't into social media. I wasn't into YouTube, so I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I only found out like later on, and then I shared with everyone later on. I'm like, by the way, guys, that wasn't banana powder under the eyes.
Yeah, after everyone bought it, and
Yeah.
was like, wait, why don't I look like him? Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I feel like in our era, I mean, I'm a little older than you. Actually, I shouldn't say our era.
Yeah.
I'm a lot older than you, I think. Wait, how old are you?
I'll be 31 on Sunday.
Oh my god,
How old are you?
39.
Oh, you're not a lot older than me.
Yeah.
You look so much younger. It's funny because I used to freelance. I'm all self-taught, and like, if you go back, you could tell I'm self-taught. I had no idea what I used to like lick my makeup brushes. Like I was ratchet, and I even showed that on YouTube. Like, oh, if you want more pigment, lick your makeup brush before
mean-
Fix Plus.
Wait, I still have my clients lick the brush.
Do you?
Not the brush, the Q-tip. I have them lick the
Okay, all right. So I was on something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was doing it, like people in my hometown, they're like, what the hell is this girl doing? Why is she posting and putting herself on YouTube? And you know how many times I almost was like, quit because I'm like, this is so embarrassing. But it was really because I wanted, my clients would be like, oh, how did you do this eyeshadow look? And I would sit there and I'd write out everything that I used. And I was like, yeah, let me just film it. And I didn't know you could even make money back then.
Well, no, because no one did.
Right,
It was
right.
like pure passion,
Exactly. Like it was not about money. And it was so much more innocent back then.
right? Well, we were more innocent too. you know?
Yeah, true.
We're wiser now.
Yeah.
I wanted to share a tip with your viewers
Ooh.
about the licking thing.
Oh, okay.
So you know when you get mascara like on your bottom or something, or you get mascara on top, like
Right.
literally there's nothing better in the world than your own saliva
Mhm.
on a Q-tip. It just literally makes it disappear.
Okay.
But anything else, like you have to either scrape it or.
Yeah.
So whenever I mess up on my clients, I always put a Q-tip on their tongue
Okay.
and then clean it, and it literally gets rid of it. I don't know why. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. That makes sense.
but don't do it to others.
Right. Especially nowadays.
Yeah. So I'll probably like jump back into the brow a little bit later.
Okay.
I'm gonna maybe brush them up a little bit, fill them in with the powder.
So use like the liner first, like it's like a brow pencil. I mean.
It's my brow pencil. It's a little different in that it's not your typical like hyper pigmented brow pencil because you'll know by the end of this video, like I like to apply things in like light small layers and build them. That's how I get like a soft blown out look. So with the brow especially, I don't like anything that you put on and it's like boom pigment, like, and then you have to brush it out. Like this one, you put it on, it goes on soft, like,
Okay.
and then you could build.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that because you don't want to overdo brows. So what kind of look do you think you're gonna do for me today?
I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking about it. Yeah, it'll come to me. I'll know once
As you go.
Once I start getting into it.
Yeah. We were like texting and he was like, all right, let's think of like an idea. This was about a month ago, right? When we were figuring it out. And I was like, I don't know. I just feel like having Makeup by Mario. That's my makeup. Is just like an iconic video in itself. So free to do whatever you want on me.
I'm gonna try to do as much definition as I can. So this is what I do also with my clients.
Okay.
I try to define all the features without using literal black everywhere. Like so, I'm gonna, for example, with your eyes, I'm gonna try to define them, but like by the lashes and by like my little liner, you know, discrete tricks and stuff without like being literal with the things.
Okay.
So it's like when you look at yourself or when one looks at you, it's like they don't really know, like they're like, oh, she doesn't have liner on, but how is her eyes so snatched? You know what I mean?
Okay.
That kind of
Cool.
thing.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I love that. Are you still doing any classes or is that kind of on pause?
It's been on pause since since COVID started.
Yeah. I heard you say pause.
Oh, so I'm
New York.
I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah.
So
I love
it
it.
comes out sometimes.
No, everyone makes fun of my accent too. I'm like, I don't even notice an accent.
Are you born and raised in Jersey?
Yeah. My mom and grandma are from Brooklyn, so like they have a strong accent too. So you just kind of pick up on it. But when everyone talks like you don't notice it until you're in front of people online and they call you out for everything.
Mine comes out, like the Bronx accent comes out when I'm either if I'm like frustrated, upset, or like when I'm with my family.
Yeah.
Because like I've learned to kind of not have that accent.
Yeah. With certain people.
Like my brother and like my sisters, like they're like my brother. My brother's like, yo, Mario, get over here, bro. Like that's what he talks like.
Right.
Like, I don't talk like that, but I can.
Yeah. So funny. So now you live in New York.
I live in New York.
So you must you must live on a plane.
I did for a lot of my career, but since COVID, I didn't really travel.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think that was like really crazy for me,
Right.
but like it was also good because I needed a break.
Yeah, I bet.
I was like spending my time, traveling a lot of time in LA.
Did you have a place over there, or would you just stay in hotels?
No, I used to live there. I lived there for 3 years, but I didn't really like LA. It wasn't for me.
Right.
So I moved back to New York about 8 years ago, I think. And then just kind of, I would go there and like spend a month or spend like 2 weeks or spend 3 weeks. My clients would kind of book all their like important shoots and stuff in that time period. And I'd go do work every day and then come back. It's kind of what we did. And then COVID happened, and then my brand happened.
Yeah. Do you want to show them what you're using?
Simultaneously.
Or
Yeah, we can.
Right?
Yeah, so I used the classic brunette brow pencil on her just to kind of do a little light shading, and now I'm using this color right here, number 11 from the Master Mattes. This is a more cool tone, and I typically use this like on almost everyone's eyebrows.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
so
if you
multi-use. I love
add
that.
a lot, you get a lot of pigment. If you just dip in very softly, you can use it in a blonde.
I actually did a video using that palette when it just
did?
launched. Yeah. And I was pregnant, and it was actually, I go back to that video when I'm getting ready because it was like one of my favorite looks. I love that palette.
Thank you.
Really, really nice. I wear neutrals pretty much every single time. People yell at me. They're like, enough with the neutral looks. But I just feel like you can't go wrong.
Do people like get on you about that? About just,
Yeah.
Yeah, but so
I
what?
know. I love like a good bronzy.
That's what most people like.
I know.
Natural tones.
I did like a spray tan, so
Oh, you
my
did?
pores might look darker than usual. Yeah, I had to get all ready for
It's
you.
natural.
Does it? Thank you. I used Bondi Sands. I do it right at home.
Oh, you do it yourself? Oh, wow. Damn.
I know. I'm like, can I get anything? Luckily, I do get my nails done. Not that they're anything special, but like that's like my time to like chill. Everything else, I'm like, it's just easy. I dyed my own roots the other day too.
Yeah, if you told me you did your nails too, I'd be like, okay.
Okay,
this
yeah,
girl's
right.
crazy.
This girl has issues.
Like, this is what I'm known for, is this sound.
Ooh, I
So
love
my
that.
clients always think I'm
Ooh,
sound.
I love that sound. Okay, so out of all these brushes, I know you have a favorite.
One favorite? No, I have too many. I have so. A lot of them are so many years old.
Yeah, I have those too, where they're rubbed off.
My new favorite, I think, would be this one. The complexion brush,
This one, guys.
the F1.
F1.
For like anything like cream or
Yeah.
wet.
Yeah.
This should.
I like that it's double-sided. And now, wait, what is this beautiful
Okay,
thing that you have going on here?
This is like my ride or die palette. If I didn't have any other makeup in the world with me, I can do anything with this.
What is this?
I could do
Is this
liner,
paint?
I
Is
could
this
do-
cream?
These are basically
I mean, it's definitely cream.
foundations.
Okay.
These are all foundations, and it's all pigment. So
Okay.
foundations are pigment too.
Right.
So it's basically pigments, creams in any color.
Yeah.
And I just sort of do everything with this, like, or can do anything with this. So like when I do eyeshadow, Benjamin's
Sorry.
like,
He's like, I want to be in this.
when I do eyeshadow, I typically start out with this, and I kind of do the shadow with
No
the creams, and
way.
I move it around,
I
and
love this.
shape it. You could do lips with this. You can
Okay.
do foundation with this. I highlight the face with these.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay. That's really cool. I love that.
I'm gonna do eyes. So like
Mm-hmm.
what I'll do is with this cream now, you can see it on the hand, just so that they can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you put it on, it's essentially like a concealer or a foundation. It's the same thing as a concealer or foundation, but because it's cream, you can really manipulate it, move it around, and then you could leave it as is, or you go with powder over it. But something about a cream is just when you're applying it, it blends beautifully and it doesn't like become ashy. You know, some shadows become kind of ashy and gray.
And I see you have a puff at all times too. Is that so you don't cut like ruin anything else?
Yeah, it's my signature. It's a rest
No,
of my
it
face.
feels so nice on my face.
It's for balance.
Mm.
And then another trick, especially for maybe if you have makeup artists watching, you know, when you do it with creams first, you can easily like find what the shape is, and then you can like tweak it and move it around by using concealer and foundation. And then once you get that perfect shape on the client, and then you go over the powder.
I just realized this is the first time anyone's ever done my makeup on my channel.
On your channel?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And it's you.
Oh, shit. The pressure.
No pressure. It's like just a dream come true. Like I never would have thought this day would come. When I did I text you or message you on I think I messaged you on Instagram, I think.
You did?
And I was like,
You DM me?
yeah, I think so. I slid
No,
into
did
those
you? I don't
DMs.
remember.
Yeah, because we met
At the
the Anastasia dinner. Was
was
that the
it.
only time we met?
maybe.
I was
I
trying to
think
think
that's
about
the first
it.
time I remember meeting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember meeting, and I was like, he's so nice and like humble. So my maternity leave was like coming to an end, or I was like, all right, I need to get like back into things. And I was like, you know what? I've done so many things so many times. Like I didn't even think you would say yes.
What? And the fact that we're both East Coast, because it's so
I
hard. There's not a
know,
lot of
true,
East Coast
exactly.
people, you know?
That's probably why I haven't really collabed with anyone because everyone's in LA,
Yeah.
and I'm just stuck here in boondocks.
Funny story. So, because until I met you, I thought your name was Carly Bell, because
Oh, my really?
because that's how I read it on
Yeah, yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
So I legit thought your name was Carly Bell.
Yeah.
So I referred to you as Carly Bell.
I love it.
I don't know if it was Amrisi or someone was like,
Yeah.
your name is Carly Bible. And I was
Oh
like,
my, that sounds like that. Like, actually, the way you just said it sounds like Amra to the T. It's Carly Bible.
I was literally, you were always Carly Bell to me.
Yeah.
I kind of want to keep you Carly Bell.
Yeah, listen, you can call me that. I have no problem with it.
And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just take a little bit of pigment and on a lighter shade, and I'm gonna kind of highlight with that. Then you'll see, like once I do this, and then I'll need to just use the tiniest bit of eyeshadow. 'Cause the less powder you can put, the better. So I'm just gonna do a little quick highlight. Okay, so then you know how I just did the concealer thing on your eyes or the foundation thing? That's what this palette is inspired by. So this palette is inspired by my technique of doing that. So it's basically the powder versions of all the skin colors.
Okay.
So this is human skin tones, basically,
Okay.
in a powder version. So I'm gonna take these now and just go right over what I did before.
So it kind of sets what you just
To
said.
set it, and just like, you know, you just need a little tiny amount, just to sort of pop it. I'm gonna take, just so you guys can see, I'm gonna take number 8 on Carly. A little bit of that, a little bit of that, just, you know.
A little bit of everything. Love it. So, do you have like any new launches coming with this? With your line?
I do.
Top secret?
I do. I have, my gosh, I'm working on 2023 right now.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it nuts how in advance like you have to do things?
Yeah.
That's so
You have to, you literally have to. You have no option.
How, like, I mean, I guess you all people know, but it's like, how do you even know it's gonna be?
For me,
relevant?
I just like use my intuition. I can, especially on social media, I can spot when something's about to pop. You know, but you know, I don't go by really that so much. I go by like what I feel in my heart.
Right.
My followers and my consumers and stuff are gonna want or need stuff that I love. You know, and so the more time that goes by, the more experience I get with the line. Like it just keeps getting better and better. So like the stuff in the future, I'm so excited about because it's like 100% makeup by Mara. Like it's so good, complexion stuff. Like oh.
It's amazing. I can't wait either. I hate that you're not in it when you're telling these stories. Do you care?
No,
you want
I
to
don't
pull
care.
back a little bit?
No.
You want, all right. 'Cause these are good stories.
They
Like I
don't
can't cut any of this. This is all gold right
They
now.
don't need to see me though. They can hear me, right?
All right. Of course. Yeah. You have a nice listening voice. So how did you guys meet?
Oh, so Kim and I?
Yeah.
So it was my 8th year as a makeup artist. I was living in New York. I was doing like some couple different odd jobs, like freelance stuff. And then I was like building my portfolio. I had just started working with like some celebrities and socialites, and I was like going fully freelance. And then
Okay.
a photographer friend of mine asked me to one night, like late at night, and I had work the next day. He's like, "Can you come to a magazine cover with me for this girl named Kim Kardashian?" And I was like, "I can't. I'm sorry, I'm working. Like, there's no way." Blah blah blah.
And this is
I kinda-
before, I guess, any of her.
No, her show had just started, so
Okay.
I knew the name, and I
Right.
had like a kind of a vision in my head of her, but I didn't know who she was. Really.
Right.
So he's like, "Mara, you have to do this for me. Like, you know, you need to do it. You'd be the perfect fit." Blah blah blah. So I was like, "Fine." So I kind of called my job, I remember, and I rearranged the schedule for the next day to go in late so I could go do Kim's makeup.
And this is in New York, I'm guessing?
Yeah, in
okay.
New York. And it was the cover of Social Life magazine. After we finished the makeup, I just thought she was the most beautiful thing in the world. Like, I loved her. She was just so voluptuous and beautiful to me. Like, I just thought she was like a doll. And so we had a good connection. And after I finished the makeup, she asked me, she's like, I know this is weird, but can you take me makeup shopping right now to buy everything you used? So I could.
She loved to make up.
So, yeah, so she wanted to bring me to LA.
Right.
So I took her makeup shopping. I went to Henry Bendel, which is a store I used to work at. And I walked in with her, and like everybody that worked there was like, "What is Mario doing?" Because there was like a paparazzi like shooting her from across the way. And,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
you know,
that's so funny.
Yeah. So anyway, so I did her makeup. We bought the makeup for her. She went to LA, and then she literally immediately started calling me for everything, and then she started to fly me out to LA because this is like when she really started to pick up. Was every day was a red carpet, a photo shoot, a press event, like filming the show. Like she worked every single day, and for a young makeup artist, like that's incredible because like you're working every day.
Yeah, right.
It was a little hard though at that time. I had this new agent who was sort of like, they were sort of prepping me to be like this very elitist Hollywood makeup artist, like only work with like big celebrities and photographers, and so my agent wanted me to stop working with her immediately because she was a reality star. So they were like, your career is over if you continue working with her. Like everything that you did for 8 years is down the drain. And I like almost listened, but I knew in my heart I wasn't going to. But I was scared because I'm like, could they be right?
Right.
And so I left. I wound up leaving that agent because they were being very like strict about it.
Isn't it amazing how like one little decision could have altered like everything?
Yeah. Could you imagine?
And I'm sure like as a younger makeup artist to not listen to them was probably hard. Yeah.
Because they had done the work themselves to kind of prep me and to like put me with these big photographers and like they were basically like getting me ready. And then I didn't listen. I left because I just did not have the heart to tell Kim like, oh, I can't work with you anymore.
Right.
Like what? Wow. Like why? You know what I mean? There was something so special and different about her in that. From that first video that we did, the feedback that I got of all the people around the world writing me, random people around the world, like writing me, I'm like, this doesn't even happen with like big time like Oscar winning celebrities. Like something special is here.
Right.
Like, this is something different, you know. So I knew that I felt it. It was just a perfect fit because I'm like, she was like my little doll. Like I could experiment with her. I could go full on glam, and she freaking loved every second of it. So
Yeah, I mean, you guys changed the game for sure.
Yeah. So.
That's so cool.
Thinking story. But you see, it's like it just goes to show, like years later, all of the most important moments in my career were ones that either one I wasn't getting paid for, or that two that I sacrificed something to be there for. That I almost said no to, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a good person. I'm gonna do it. Those are the moments that changed my life. Isn't that crazy?
That's chills. I love that.
People are probably like, why is he just tapping her eyes for 2 hours? Because we're talking, that's why. So when I'm talking, I kind of just like do things.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm the same. That's why like sometimes I'll just do a voiceover when I'm doing my own makeup because I'm like, otherwise I'm sitting there doing my brows for an hour and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But no, this is all quality. Everyone's gonna want to watch. Everyone wants to hear what you have to say. So.
I'm gonna take this little guy. This is the Master Pigment Pro pencil, and this is the perfect brown because for me it's the perfect brown. I use this on everybody. I made this little guy with the little brush here, and I'll show you guys what you can do with this and how it can actually help them. Even makeup artists struggle with like a wing. You know, I struggle with it sometimes unless I'm like so focused in front of the face. And my sister Vicky, my oldest sister, her wings are always like wonky, right? And so I would always tease her for it. So when I developed this, I number one wanted to make it easy for me, and then also almost like solve my sister's problem and how she could finally get a nice wing.
Okay.
So I'll show you how.
I have wonky wings, so I'm excited.
Oh, you do? I think your wings are always on point.
I mean, I try, but my lashes are usually so big that you can't really see it.
So what I do, instead of doing like a full line right now, I'm gonna just go in the outer corner below, inside, kind of rub it into the lashes. So now I'm gonna flip it with this little tiny brush, and I'm gonna just drag it now. And then that just kind of helps to shape that wing like really easily. It's not the final wing because I'll go over later with liners and stuff, but like it just kind of helps you to shape the eye. And then also when you do on the bottom, you just flip it over and you smudge it. So it's like you don't need to grab several brushes because I always have to blend my liner. So look down.
Did I do a good job? I don't really ever do this.
You don't curl your lashes? Never. You don't curl your lashes. How do you don't curl your lashes?
I never do it. I don't even
Do a
know
little
if I-
more on that side.
That's fine.
I'm gonna take the complexion brush I showed before, a couple of different shades of foundation, and I just mix it.
So I have to ask because, you know, everyone's thinking it. Like, what is your favorite foundation?
Okay, so my favorite foundation is this one, but this hasn't launched yet.
Oh,
But this is probably the most exciting thing in my life because
ooh, this
you
is
know,
good.
I've been working very, very, very like crazy hard on this because for me, like complexion is like my thing, and so I'm really, really excited for this product. But
Is
yeah.
it? Do we have a date? Is it coming soon, or do we have to wait?
It's not this year.
Okay.
It's not this year. It's
Okay.
gonna be another year. I can't say when.
Okay, that's fine.
But
Good to know because I've been using a foundation that's no longer available, and everyone gets so mad at me, and I can't find one that I love.
yeah, I'm so picky with foundations because it has to cover. It has to be buildable. It has to look like dewy skin.
Ooh, so they get to see a coming soon product.
And this is actually the first. Yeah, I've never shown this in public before. This one I would say is my favorite. But I use a lot of cream foundations historically in my career. And then when I used liquids, I would use the sometimes Giorgio Armani, sometimes La Mer, sometimes Cogen d'Eau, and I would kind of blend them or mix them all together.
Okay.
So the one that I'm working on is sort of like it's like I took the favorite elements from all those and like put them in.
I love that. Like foundation is important. I feel like concealer really does a lot though,
That's my favorite.
right? The concealer. Okay, so do we get to know your favorite concealer? Are you working on that as
Yeah,
well?
I'll show them. Yeah, of course I'm working.
I know
on
I'm
that.
getting ahead of myself. We're still on foundation. Chill
Yeah,
out.
no, of course I'm working on concealer.
Okay,
Kidding me?
that I'm so excited
Concealer,
about.
foundation, and powder, like that's my jam.
Yeah.
Love all of it.
Yeah, concealer is just the best.
So I'm just warming you up now. A little sculpty sculpt. Using the sculpting sticks. I just like to kind of mix a couple of shades, light, medium, and medium. And then I do this on my hands.
Yeah, I noticed you do that with like everything, so that's so there's no harsh
Harsh
harshness.
lines, and I like to. It's like a pre-blend, so that I don't have to. I blend less, I guess. Smile for me. This is actually, remember the video we talked about earlier from 10 years ago?
Yeah.
The same concealer I'm using still.
Stop.
Not literally
Same-
the same palette, but
Right,
the same
right.
product. Yeah, that Krylon
I
concealer.
was just gonna say, is it Krylon?
Yeah. I have not stopped using it. Well, actually, I have a question for you.
Ooh.
Because, you know, when I started getting into the YouTube thing,
Mm-hmm.
it comes with a little bit of everything. So, you know, there's all the drama stuff. Like, how did you manage? What's your secret to just literally never being in one freaking piece of drama?
I know. I really don't know. I really think because I am so separate, like I'm all the way here and everyone's out there where they're constantly seeing each other, and like I think that's really what it is. And I am a very nice person. Like I treat everybody the same and like respectful, and I'm very kind. So I think I'm pretty much friendly with everybody. I'm not like really close with anyone in the industry. Really, Harush is actually one of my like real friends. But I kind of just like stay in my own lane and keep to myself, and I try to avoid any possible drama. Like when I edit my videos, I'm always like, all right, like I don't want to say something the wrong way, or you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you like a Twitter person? Are you active on Twitter or no?
Not really.
Yeah, I'm not either, really.
Not big on Twitter. I never really was.
Okay, so then there's basically, I think also that you're New Jersey based is probably helpful.
Yeah, I
You're
think so.
like
We're not at
so-
every event and all of that,
Yeah.
which I think has been good. Enough drama in my personal life. I don't have time for the internet.
Yeah.
So did you used to paint?
No.
Or like were you ever into art? No?
Gosh, I was so bored growing up. My brother was older, so he used to have like this white like typewriting paper, and that was like gold to me because like I didn't have it.
Yeah.
And so we always joke around because he would make me. he would bribe me, and he'd be okay. So if you step on my back and massage me for 1 hour, I'll give you one piece of paper. And like I would literally do it for that one piece of clean paper, and then I would sort of like draw on it and stuff. Sometimes I would use like this chalk. This way, there was like this room in the basement where we lived that had this like dresser thing, and that chalk like wrote on it almost like a chalkboard.
Okay.
And so every day after school, I would like take the chalk and I would like draw on that dresser thing and then wash it. You know.
Oh.
I would like pretend I was a teacher, writing on the dresser thing.
Yeah.
And then I painted once like this little horse. I wish more than anything that I had it.
Yeah.
There was a woman that lived in our building. It was a very old woman. She was an artist, and so she taught me how to paint this one day, like the horse. We did it together.
Oh.
And that was like pretty much it. And then I painted stuff since then.
Right.
But no, for me, it's not about like. I like more of the transformational aspect, like manipulating something and turning it into something else, more so than the painting part of it. You know what I mean?
So do you contour noses? Like, are you gonna, or do you just use powder, or do you use cream, or are you not gonna contour my
No,
nose?
let's see. Do I contour noses?
That's like I go crazy with it. I know. Duh. The king of contour, right?
I actually don't contour it that much anymore. No,
Yeah.
who are you kidding? Of course I do.
Yeah.
Depends on who I'm working with.
Right.
But Carly, I really love your nose.
Do you?
You don't need to contour it.
What setting powder do you use?
Oh, this one, I use 3 different ones always.
Okay.
This one that I'm using under the eyes is like it's like a pale peachy pink.
Okay.
It's gonna brighten a little bit. But before I press it, I always just use a brush. And then later, I'll press it. Because sometimes when you press it right after, like it almost brings the darkness forward.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that happen.
Yeah, I've been shocked at that.
No?
And then all over, I'm using the Laura Mercier. And then I use
Translucent?
this.
Did I say that right? Translucent?
Translucent. And then I actually use a lot of powders. And then I use like this white clear one. It's a completely translucent one. I use that for like little areas.
Okay.
And then I use several pressed powders
Love
in
it.
different areas. I remember the first time I did this, like on a photo or camera, I mean, it was like, people were like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's such a simple, basic thing that it's part of everyone's everyday routine now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You know, I never used a puff.
What?
Yeah.
How could you not?
I don't know.
What do you use? Just a brush?
I use my sponge
Like the beauty blender?
to set.
All over.
To set, and then I really, like if I kind of just set like with a bronzer.
Oh.
Is this your puff?
No, this is actually KKW.
Okay.
So then after I sort of do like this little setting is when I then start to like go on with the pigments and powders.
Okay.
I'm gonna start bronzing now.
Okay.
I do 2 bronzers usually, like a little bit more cool tone for all over, and then I hit it around the like very perimeter with something a lot more warm. So I'm gonna do the light medium for this bronzer. I love this because it's not like hyper pigmented. You could press it, and build, and it looks clean.
Oh, that's nice.
So
I hate when you just go in and then it's like a big,
yeah,
and then
like
you can't blend it.
That's my pet peeve with makeup. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Right.
So I might mess up your hair a little bit here.
That's
but-
okay. I have, that always happens. I'll just use a little wipe at the end.
So what I do with the bronzer always is press. I don't rub the bronzer. I just press it so I can build it. It goes on cleaner.
Looks flawless.
All right, so now I'm gonna take a little bit darker. This is more warm tone. This is the medium shade, and with the smaller side of the brush so that you can get into the hairline. And this one I don't put everywhere. This one I just kind of do the perimeter. Otherwise, if you do it all over, then you start to look maybe a little too warm. I'm just gonna kind of pop it.
First touch of the nose.
I'm gonna keep you waiting to the end.
I know. I'm like,
Because I might not contour your nose. Because when you told me downstairs about the nose contour, I'm like, wait, I love your nose the way it is. You need to love it too.
you're sweet. Thank you.
Then I'll set that with powder blush later. Just like a couple of dark colors of concealer. And then I'm gonna go smokier underneath the eyes. Wow. You're like the perfect wife. Whoever winds up being your husband is gonna be so lucky.
Aw, I'm gonna cry. Sweet.
It's interesting because you're, as much as you're such a modern woman, right, in modern times, you retain a lot of the old-fashioned qualities, which I love. That's the thumbnail right there. Stick your tongue out. Oh my god.
I was so ready for that. So now a little pressed powder to wipe away the powder.
Yeah, this is more like a, almost like a pressed translucent, but then I'm gonna go on with like more pigment. Carly, you completely got mascara all over your bottom.
Did I?
She popped
See,
out
I
my
knew I was gonna-
stuff. Okay,
Under here.
Stick your tongue up, but don't eat it.
Did you get my El Makiage collab? Did I send it to you?
I think so.
I did.
Smile.
I might have your
When was it?
It was in
Recently?
May. I have for you then.
Oh, you know what?
Okay, so I'll give you some.
Yeah, so I'll take it.
No one leaves here empty-handed. I was like, take something.
This on your lips. This is the lip scrub. You can eat it too, so it doesn't.
Really?
Just
So
like scrub a little bit and then it,
like,
you know.
yeah,
just
slowly?
like- Oh, I gave you too much, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
A little dull.
Thanks.
You too.
Because when you're in it with the black, I feel like it brightens it. And then
Wait, what do you think I said?
dull?
No,
Did you
you
say-
look like a little doll.
I thought you said you look a little dull. I was like,
No.
thanks. But I meant like,
Kidding me? I would never say that.
I thought you meant like the color wasn't like picking up.
No, you look like a doll.
Oh. Oh, well, that just changed it completely, right?
This is the first time I'm actually showing you.
Are you allowed?
Yeah,
Are we
it's
allowed
these
to show
three.
them?
These are the holiday quads.
Oh,
4-play everyday quads, nude 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna
gorge.
do, this is my favorite for you, number 2.
Love that.
Nude 2.
Yeah, these are all up my alley. Wow. Ooh, pretty.
The other ones are like more full coverage. This
Right.
one's just a top.
More like a show.
Yeah. I feel like I want to ask your viewers. Do you guys think that we should contour Carly's nose or not? I really don't think that we should, and that's like her favorite thing to do.
Yeah, you really don't think we should?
I mean, I'm gonna
You're
still
like, is
see.
it from,
I wanna see.
You see
but
that
I
or no?
love that part. You know, like that's what I love because it makes you like it's you. It's like you're unique, and I don't know. We'll see. If you really want, I also want you to be very happy though. So if
Yeah.
you don't like it at the end, then I'll do it.
Okay. I want you to do like what if you were to look at me, which you have been, like what you would want to do because
Yeah.
I do my
Okay.
makeup all the time and
True.
it's like it's the same thing. So
Sure.
like
Yeah.
and I appreciate your
That's also the thing is I'm trying to like you obviously know how to do your glam and you
Right.
know how to snap your face.
right.
And so like, and that's kind of like what I do too. So, but I want to also kind of maybe do something a little different.
Yeah.
That they don't see me all the time.
Right. But you have to bring him in to say hi to the camera.
Oh, keep me out of it,
Precious
please.
Beauty. Wake up and marry.
Ooh, look at all the colors.
You guys are giving me baby fever. I'm like, damn, I want a baby now.
Oh, listen, you can come babysit anytime.
I'm sure you guys don't have any Albanian in you. You guys remind me of like Albanian.
Really?
Yeah, like.
No, you know what? I am Austrian, Russian, Polish, and Irish.
Oh my god, we're gonna be almost done.
Oh my goodness.
Try the lips. This is the new, it's called Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil. I made it with a little custom brush.
That looks like my color.
Yeah, this is
a
more.
great color, yes. I feel like I interrupted you. What was their Master Suede, you said?
The lipstick is Ultra Suede lipstick, and then this is the Ultra Suede Sculpting lip pencil. And then I had it with a brush on the end because when I do liner, I always use a little brush to blend, and then I also use a little brush to cut the corners.
I love that.
I also have, I'm going to be sharing sort of with this launch like Mario's lip lift technique, which is a technique I do to sort of lift the lips up like this and like this.
Okay.
Anytime I'm doing makeup, I do, you know, I have to admit, I'm not going to lie and I pretend that I don't like to do this stuff. I like to lift, I like to enhance, I like to, you know, make smaller, make bigger, like that's my thing, you know, because it makes my clients feel great. So with the lip lift thing, what I wanted to show people was because I noticed that people always are making mistakes. When they overline, right? I'm gonna do the wrong thing on this side. Look at the camera. Yeah. When they overline on the outer corners too much, like here, right? And so what that essentially is doing is that people think that they're making their lips look more voluptuous, but what they're actually doing is making their face saggier. So like the lip is going down, right? So the lip lift technique is going to be the right way that I'm going to do it. So the lip lift is outlining or overlining in the center of the bottom lip and then bringing it up within the lip on the outer corners. Same thing on the top. I'm going to mainly overline the cupid's bow. So I'm taking just a tiny bit of concealer or foundation with that little tiny brush, just so that you can see what I'm doing. And the same thing as doing this. And then if you look at that side, you can kind of see how one side goes down and then this side kind of lifts the face. And so that's sort of like what I wanted to teach people with this.
Oh, wow.
Because,
I see that.
you know, so I'm just going to kind of cover that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so now you can see like how kind of building it here and building it here and not so much on the corners, like naturally will just lift your entire lower portion of the face.
I love that one. Which is this one called?
This is Erin.
Erin.
Erin works in my creative department, she's the art director. Okay, so
Shout out to Erin.
So yeah, it is a matte lipstick. The only thing different about this is that it has like a blur filter technology, so it kind of smooths, it blurs the lip and kind of, you know, removes the appearance of any fine lines. And then also it's extremely comfortable. So like it's not like a matte that hurts.
Right, it feels creamy, like
It
a
doesn't,
creamy
it doesn't dry.
I love that.
It just kind of.
Oh, look at you! Wow.
Fancy.
Where are my grapes?
Or if you think I need to put more bronzer, should I?
No. Oh my god.
You look like a freak.
Look at my skin. My skin looks photoshopped.
You look beautiful.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Is that just that last thing you put on, the glitter?
It's the quad first in gold, and then I put a white version on over.
Oh. And the lashes. Oh.
It's like it's snatched, but it's super natural.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the final result. You're finally in it.
Yay!
I'm so obsessed with how it came out.
Thank you.
Thank you so
look
much.
So beautiful. You guys, in person, like up close, she's like literally even more beautiful than she is on camera. You look stunning.
I could die happy. Like today, I could die and be good. Thank you so much for coming on my channel. This means so much to me, and I will never forget today.
So exciting. Thank you for having me in your house
Of
and on your
course.
channel.
Yes.
She's very hospitable, by the way. So
thank
really
you.
awesome. Thank
Thank
you
you
for having me. I had a lot of fun and I got to know you a little bit more, which is really nice.
This is
I love it.
awesome.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, we'll see you later.